What to do after an injury. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. Upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up that free copy of the workout and nutrition guide in the description below. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days and currently down 40 pounds. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today. So, as many of you may already know that are following the channel, but some of them you are new and may not know my backstory. But I tore my ACLs in high school, right? Went up for a layup and came down on a guy's foot and tore my right ACL, right? So in this video, I kind of wanted to go over, the steps of recovery from that, right? Obviously, you have to go to the doctor and figure out, the level of with which you're injured, right? Some, you got strains, sprains, and then actual tears, right? So, and a lot of people will skip this step. They'll just say, okay, well, I'll let it try to heal on its own. I'll never go see if it's actually fully, and that's, if it's actually fully torn or what the level of sprain it might be, right? So, that's number one, is go to the doctor, right? Go get your MRIs, So in this case, I had to have surgery. So from the time I tore my ACL to the time I was on the surgical table was 1 week, right? And that's traditionally not the case, but I wanted, to heal, I didn't want to heal, have surgery and be injured and then have to heal again. I wanted to just do it all at one time. So that's what I ended up doing. If I had to go back and do it again, I would have tried to get cadavers to replace my ACLs, right? Obviously at the time I didn't know that wasn't really an option, right? It definitely wasn't an option to do it within 1 week. But, that way you wouldn't have had, so for my first one, they took my hamstring. My second one, they took my patella tendon, right? And those are actual, the two areas that actually caused me pain are those areas where they took the tendon away, or they took a part of the tendon to make me a new ACL, right? So if I had to do that over, I probably would have asked about cadavers, right? Or and tried to procure one, because the deficiency that taking away you made yourself weak in one area to be functional in another, when you could have left that area alone and been functional as well. At the time, the surgeries weren't as good, as they are now, but they've pretty much perfected that process. So obviously you got examples like Willis McGahee that tore both his knees up and ended up playing a nice NFL career. The other guy from San Francisco, there's another guy, it's not Fournette. Anyway, I'll think of his name, but there's plenty of examples now of guys that have come back, and the reason Jerry Rice was able to come back so fast is because Jerry Rice got a cadaver, right? So he was literally on the field in 4 months, ready to go. And I still have lingering pain from these injuries even till this day, right? So that's one thing I would change if I had to go back. Obviously, I can't go back. This is what I got. So what to do after that, right? Well, an injury is very mentally challenging, especially for me, you always thought you were just superhuman. You were the one that, never got injured. All these people were getting injured around you, and, of course you think you're like Superman, but, it turns out you're not. So and mentally taxing at the time. Most people that talked to me at the time, basically stopped talking to me, stuff like that. So, and the ones that kept talking to me, those are the ones that I keep in contact with now. So, just as a side note, but that's, kind of been on my brain lately. You really don't know who is really with you until you lose, right? Until something happens or there's some kind of tension, and that shows you who true friends are and stuff. So just keep that in mind, guys. And honestly, that's how I kept a lot of my friends, because they would go through turmoil and I would remember how I felt at that time, and I'd be like, hey, keep your head up, concentrate on your work, and you'll get through whatever's going on, and I got your back, that type thing. So that's how I created a lot of friends that way, because I had gone through it and I knew that people were going to be going through the same thing I was, and I was able to help people like that. And that's made some strong friendships from college and on down the line. So if you find good people, you be loyal to them, right? So that's what I do. But so, all right, you already had your surgery. You got to let your body heal, right? Like that first month after surgery, you don't feel like anything's really wrong, right? You got your range of motion back and all that kind of stuff. So I was even caught like in a jog, a month after surgery, which was just stupid, right? So you really gotta sit there and rest, right? But the second thing I would say is to concentrate on your nutrition, right? Because you go from burning 3,000 or 4,000 calories a day on a ball field to now you have to sit for months. Like, it's very easy to continue to eat the way you were eating, especially when you're in your feelings and stuff. That it makes it harder to come back if you gain a bunch of weight, right? So obviously, right then I'm gonna clean up my diet. Everything is nutrition, honestly. Like, if you don't have your nutrition down right, then nothing else is really gonna go right. Honestly, probably one of the reasons I tore my ACL is because of poor nutrition at that time, right? Eating donuts, we would eat honey buns, Pop-Tarts. I was drinking a gallon of milk probably a day, a gallon of milk a day, a gallon of sweet tea a day at the time. Like, definitely eating a lot of fried food at the time. And probably not the best thing to do, right? But let's say that's what I would have done if I had to go back at the time, But you get that injury, you get that nutrition right for that, especially that first month while you're trying to heal, so you don't gain a bunch of weight, because it's harder to come back from an injury when you're heavier, right? Because that area is going to lose muscle mass. That area is going to lose muscle mass, so you keep that in mind, as you go along, is when you start having to run and jog and all that stuff. Like, that's when you kind of feel that extra weight, right? So obviously you're going to go through your physical therapy, your TENS units, all that kind of stuff. Try to keep as much muscle mass as you can, but that's the biggest takeaway, right? Is you got to slow down, get your nutrition right, and listen to your doctors. Listen to your physical therapist. They're going to tell you when and how you can do stuff, right? Like the timeline. Like, they're going to say, okay, you're good to go, And then mentally, you know, you'll have to start jogging and feel the pain and kind of go through the motion until the, you know, your bones grow back stronger, you know, because say it's been 4 months since you ran, right? And, you know, you can lose bone density within that time. So that's something, you know, so I kind of went into this video about like kind of what I would have changed and, you know, how to kind of get through, how to kind of go through injury. Like I say, most of it is mental, right? Because, you know, you believe you're Superman and, you know, you get injured is a hard thing to come back from, but know that you can come back from it, that you can be healthy no matter where you're starting out. If you're, you know, if you just had surgery, you know, rest and recover, get your nutrition right, and you'll be back on the ball field or back doing whatever you like to do in no time. I say, one last thing that I would have added if I had to do it again is I would have added in yoga, right? Basically holding positions for long periods of time. Like once I got the go ahead to do that, I would have done that a lot more, right? That's whether it be a lunge or a squat or you know, some kind of stretch position. I would have definitely have done that a lot more. That actually helps your joints and tendons get stronger, right? So that'd be the last thing I would add, is to add that yoga back, add the stretching, the, you know, everything that yoga involves, right? Kind of a power yoga. But I'm Nate. I'm the Fit Future MD. Hope this helped you out, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Rude.